In last week's Above the Tearline, we discussed how informants are met inside the United States. This week, we're going to take a look into how informants are met outside of the United States. Every day, U.S. government informants are met face-to-face and debriefed by agents in various cities around the globe, from coffee shops to hotel rooms. However, the stakes can be much higher when foreign intelligence agencies need to be avoided in order to meet the informant, along with foreign policy sensitivities and the ramifications, if caught, of operating on foreign soil without the host government's knowledge. Though not all meetings are done without the host country's permission, sometimes liaison services know about case officers meeting third country nationals on their soil. Operationally, the case agent always selects the face-to-face meeting site. However, the location where the informant can travel safely for the meeting without calling undue attention or suspicions becomes critical. There are also some countries that the U.S. government do not meet informants due to long-standing intelligence agreements, such as the United Kingdom or Canada. It is a bit more nuanced than this. We do meet sources, we just aren't supposed to recruit Canadian and British citizens. U.S. intelligence officers meet with third country nationals in Canada and the U.K. all the time. Other countries are simply off limits due to the inability to safely meet informants such as Iran or North Korea. There are no rules of thumb as to how many times one needs to meet in a face-to-face meeting, but the frequency of the meetings are dictated by the operational security required to maintain the secrecy of the relationship. There is a balance between security and the operational need, or even the psychological needs of the source. Human sources can be inadvertently burned by establishing patterns and by attending numerous meetings. For example, an Iranian informant may only be able to travel outside of Iran 2 times a year for a debriefing, but a source in Bangkok could meet on a more frequent basis. Once a venue and a time are set for the meeting, the agent and informant must conduct a surveillance detection route, an SDR, in order to look for hostile foreign surveillance. We have discussed SDRs in the past, and I encourage you to read what we have on our website about the topics. In countries with aggressive intelligence agencies, an SDR can take up to 3 hours to ensure the agent is not being followed by foreign intelligence agencies. The informant must also have knowledge of surveillance detection and practice good security prior to a meeting. One of the most famous examples of poor operational security that I'm personally aware of is the KGB agent in Vienna who dragged surveillance to a clandestine meeting with a senior U.S. diplomat, burning both. Fortunately for the U.S., the KGB agent failed to conduct a proper SDR. Depending upon the threat or risk to the agent or the informant at the meeting site, a backup team can also be used in a surveillance detection capacity to ensure the agent, meeting site, or informant has not been compromised. However, a backup surveillance team may not be operationally feasible at times due to the scope of in-country hostile surveillance, which is one reason why the CIA leans towards a one-on-one operation model when meeting a source. A gaggle of surveillance poses logistics problems and can heat up an area, causing undue attention to an informant meet. It's easier for host government intelligence to spot numerous U.S. government operatives on foreign soil than looking for one needle in the haystack. I would also add the physical risk and angle. Terrorist sources can be dangles used to set up case officers for kidnapping or assassination. Even if not, they could be followed by members of the group and bring an armed attack upon the meeting. What's the above the Tearline in this video? Informant meetings on foreign soil can be very risky and dangerous. If burned, the source could be arrested and the intelligence lost forever. A failure to practice good operational security and tradecraft usually leads to disaster.